you something about knaves. They liars, they steal, and they're known to misbehave. They will tell you that they can take all your secrets to the grave, but they will speak them to the world for the attention that they crave. The only kind of person that could ever trust a knave would be another knave. Additional knave. Hey, look over there, it's a pair of knaves, both loathsome and hateful, and neither have shaved. You can't believe a knave, and that is the trouble with knaves. You can't believe a knave. The knave of hearts will steal your tarts and claim them as his own. He'll take away your woman and leave you all alone. Knave is an archaic and pejorative term for an unscrupulous man or household servant. Knaves will pave the way for great injustices, and no one is safe, they are the devil's slaves. You can't believe a knave, and that is the trouble with knaves. You can't believe a knave.
Olive. Vegetable.
And I'm back. Hang on. There we are.
How does it feel to be spooky, Si?
Very. Intro, Ben and Liam with conversation how unboxing this game /magic/describe/do.
No, that means a change in... Never mind.
So what's the first bit then? The first bit, before the introduction, we're going to say you can get super loot.
That's for the end.
That's for the end, so why is it first?
Because I wrote it down first. Do you want to say it?
Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Yeah, man, rubbing nipples is amazing.
I mean, at least you own it, I guess.
Kittens.
Robes.
Jack! Ow!
So we're basically like 20 years in the future, but our clothes make us look like we're scummy college dropouts from the 80s.
I'm recording, go away. It's really hot in here.
You're really hot.
Ah. No, but seriously, there's like 14 lights and it's terrifying.
Are you proud, father?
You know he's not.
I just wasn't prepared for how sexy that was. You really caught me off guard.
Mayo. I eat you every day-o. You make me feel okay-o. Mayo.
Simon, vlog. It's a good vlog. It's a good vlog, buddy.
Good lord.
Tell the world about promoting gigs.
Hello, Internet. We are speaking to you from the past. It's currently our now, but to you, it's also now, but our past.
Let's see your best impression, Ben.
Of what?
Just your best impression.
Betty the got the whoops in my beret, caused a lot of trouble. Who's gonna see the Queen on Christmas Day then?
You're editing it correct.
Nah, I might just upload it straight from the SD card. That's just how I roll.
Fair enough.
Sausagely.
Right.
I go through my mic.
Going through your stuff.
Today's word is toilet. A small gift that you may give to a child as a solstice or Christmas gift. Toilet.
I did it.
Robes. Check.
Yeah.
Let's sing a song about our predictions for the future.
It will happen unless we're all dead.
Quickly, Ben, witty retorts.
Ha! That's a sort of cake that makes jokes. Oh, that's a wittier tort.
This off.
That was Sinbad's idea. He's our tambourinist. He's got one really big arm, which is weird because his tambourine's really quite small.
Ben's just turned up to remote. And the battery's out! God damn it! What a day.
Yo, 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 Goober, where's the meat? Normal people love.
You don't win friends with.
Normal people love.
You don't win friends with.
Normal people.
You don't win friends with.
Normal people love me.
You don't win.
Normal people.
You don't win friends with. You don't win friends with.
Normal people love me. Normal people love.
You don't win friends with.
Normal people love.
You don't win friends with.
Normal people.
You don't win friends with.
Normal people love me. Normal people love.
You don't win friends with.
Normal people love.
You don't win friends with.
Normal people.
You don't win friends with.
Normal people love me. Yo, Goober, where's the meat? I'm in film.
You have to get a new Ben. This one's all stupid.
Hey Liam, I made us a Bebo page. Ah, Bebo shut down.
That's funny. That's current, isn't it?
Ah!
Anyone in? Never occurred to me how much like one of your feet properly looks like a bell end.
Hey Liam, I made us a Bebo.
Idiot.
There's no way to talk about yourself. Fucking idiot.
Okay then. Okay, yes then. Now you're angry. Ow, my ass.
Look at this. I'm going to draw a frowny face because I'm really disappointed at you. Only we're going to know it's there.
Praise, please.
Right, do French.
No French, not James Acaster.
Brick. Corduroy. Colombian hash.
Lick the stump!
Filibuster. Moose furs. No! 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 No!
Come with me,
Come.
and you'll be
Ben.
in a world of photosensitive seizures.
Lavender oil. Marjorie. Marge Simpson. Abe Simpson. Abe Lincoln. Top hats. Fedoras. Incels. Hand jobs. Hand lotion. Lotion. Oils. Back to lavender oil. There you go. Did it in one. I have nothing else to give. Right, go stand somewhere.
3, 2, 1.
Wait, hang on. I'm having not just second thoughts, but third, fourth, and fifth thoughts. I don't know if I should do this right.
No, this is not.
Fucking
Fucking hell.
3. No, hang on, wait.
I didn't tell him to do that. Why didn't you tell him?
Milk.
That's the job, mate. You ready? Mm-hmm. Inhale a wee bit. Okay.
Words that sound sexy but aren't. Jazzercise, Middlesex, Sprocket, Brasserie, Pianist, Cremation, Mastication, Cockleshell, Sextant, Crevice, Spitballing, Abreast, Flange, Cul-de-sac, Penal, Titular, Flashlight, Sextuplet, Circumference, Annals, Flannel, Moist, Trench, Sextet, Semi-Breve, Pretense, Bush-tit, Cockatrice, Plumage, Essex, Bagging Area, Rimshot, Butter. Those were words that sound sexy, but aren't.
Hands. You've got hands. I've definitely got hands, but hands are weird. They got that bit. They got that bit sort of bends. I mean, they all bend in like one or two ways each, and that's hugely upsetting. This one only bends. Well, one bends in 2 ways. These bend in 3 ways because they got the one of them, and then they got all the lines and stuff. And I don't think my thumb should do that. It hurts when I. Ow, yeah. And the nails, they're not actually made of nail, are they? Otherwise they'd be grey. Hands are weird. Hands are really weird. Maybe it's just mine. I think it's all hands. See, the thing.
I don't see why you had to kill Sean Bean so many times.
Yeah, that wasn't the version that was playing, but okay. The thing about having more than one version of the same video is that when you set it to random, occasionally it will just play like all of them back to back forever, which is very nearly what happened there. So you're welcome. Hey Raya, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Yeah, we're on.
Yeah, I knew that.
I'm sure you did. Welcome to the show before the show, the pre-show.
It's the Us in the Place thing.
Us in the Place thing.
With the how'd you doody.
These are all working titles. We're pressing buttons as we go. We're working it out. We're hoping no one notices that my screen is reflected, so the word on my shirt is not legible.
What does it say?
It says dice.
It says ESID. ESID.
He said Ben can't read it. Weirdly, of the two of us, neither of us can read. I read here that Emma says hi. How's it going, Uma? Viewers on Twitch might like to take notice of the rewards and challenges. I don't have any hats to hand, so I can't put on any hats for this stream. So if you spend money there, you're just wasting your money. It's not money. Channel points. Do you know about channel points, Ben? Can you guess what channel points mean?
Pretend I don't. Pretend I'm an idiot.
Done. Easy.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. So when you watch a Twitch channel, you gain points just sort of for being there and for interacting and not getting banned.
That is correct, yes.
Yeah, thank you. Just checking. So one of the things we can do with that is give viewers things to unlock, unlockables, like little prizes. So if you're on Twitch, if you go to the very bottom of the chat, there's like a little Pod Baby Points window. They're called Pod Baby Points because I'm nice like that. You can click on these things, and these are different ways that you can interact with the chat. So when we're doing gaming streams, you can tell us to put a hat on. And we pretty much have to do it because we're slaves to the channel points. You can also challenge us to not curse for 10 minutes. Or to curse extra for 10 minutes.
Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah. I know. You can also unlock the emotes and stuff. You can watch wherever you want, Raya. It's all up to you. But there is more stuff to do on Twitch. I don't know if I should be plugging one over the other. We get for the conversation hat, we get more money off of Twitch than we do YouTube. By which I mean some money.
Fuck YouTube.
But for everything else I do, I get more from YouTube than I do out of Twitch. So it's hard to keep on top of.
We love YouTube.
I'm sort of fine about everything.
Sort of fine about everything. That's a pretty good way to be.
That's the name of my... I wouldn't call it a sex tape. It's more just a journal of my crude etchings.
It's more just graffiti.
It's definitely not okay.
I drew a cock on the wall.
Wow.
That's pretty much it. That's my sex tape now.
I did graffiti a giant penis across the length of a kitchen wall once. Sounds like there'd be more to that story, doesn't there?
Yeah. Why?
Do you not know this?
No.
So,
well, probably not. Maybe.
Back in the day, we knew a chap. He had the same name as one of us, but I'm leaving it up to the viewers to decide which. And we went over his.
Kenneth.
He's Kenneth. We went over his house, and he was redecorating, and he was using this kind of spray-on lacquer. I mean, it was a can of paint, but it was like leather effect paint. And he was spraying his walls with leather effects paint. And I was just like, number one, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Number two, can I please help? But he was doing the cupboard walls, the cupboard doors as well, with the same effect. I'm like, what do you think this is going to do? What is the purpose here? Why do you want a leathery kitchen?
So his kitchen walls would look like they were covered in cow.
That was the plan. That was his intention. I reckon that's all he had access to. I reckon for some reason he just got like a Humble Bundle or a Groupon or something for leather effect paint, probably. You know, some sort of Groupon.
How bad were the walls previous to Cowie?
I thought they were fine, but like he'd lived there for a while. Maybe he just wanted to shake it up a bit. I don't know. So we got going, and I said, hey, do you, just for fun, like, just so we can, like, you know, spice it up a bit, and you know, we can take some photos and it'll be a laugh. Can I draw like a giant veiny cock on your kitchen wall? And he was just like, Yeah, go for it. Like, we've got the rest of the afternoon. Like, draw a big cock. We'll take some photos.
Take your time.
Yeah, we'll take our time over it. We'll have a laugh, and then we've got plenty of paint to finish the job. I was like, all right, sounds good to me. Oh, that was a veiny cock. And wouldn't you know it, we've run out of paint. Like, I just about had enough to like finish off the veins, because attention to detail. So it was huge and veiny.
When you said huge veiny cock, I was like, oh,
yeah.
The artistic flourish to this has been added. I thought it was just going to be, cartoon.
No. It was it. If I had laid down on the kitchen top, which sometimes I do,
and you would have drawn it on the ceiling.
It would have been taller than me. It was a sizable knobber.
With a big old dick.
It was pretty big and pretty veiny, and I just had enough paint to like finish off the tip, put like a little light glisten in the bell end, and then do the veins. I tend not to go for ball hair, but I like to add just like a little bit of like belly curve, just a little bit of, just to indicate the personage. We ran out of paint like as I did that, so it wasn't ejaculating or anything. There was no ball hair, no unnecessary detail.
I would say no unnecessary detail apart from the fact that this person's kitchen now has a massive cock on it.
Mm-hmm.
And no paint to cover up such a.
So then we
display.
So we admired it for a bit. We took a few photos, and then we tried to find a can with any more paint in it, and then we found one, and it had enough paint in it for me to write the word "soz." So it's just a giant, huge brown cock on a custard yellow wall with the word "soz" underneath it. Yeah. Why are we talking about this? I can't remember how we got onto the subject.
To be honest, mate, I'm really not certain.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
We're doing the show before the show.
Yeah. No, I got that far.
This live stream, as you lovely viewers will probably notice, is late. Sort of. I mean, it should have been on Sunday, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it's a few days late.
Grandma was very, very selfish and turned 90.
I mean, most of the time when you say you're late for something and the excuse starts with the word grandma, it tends to go a different way, so that's probably good.
People did think that she's died, but she's not. She was just living an extra bit, and we had to have a party.
She was the opposite of dead.
She was the opposite of being dead.
Yeah, still being
So we're doing
alive.
it today
Hello.
instead of back then.
Yes, that's true. Which means two things. It means that one, it's on a different day. Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's on a different day. And two, Laura has less time to edit this episode. So, I mean, it's like we planned it. That's why the episode's going to be really good, so there'll be less to edit.
Or it's going to be really short.
Ooh. Yes, could be. We've got two people wishing your grandma a happy birthday.
Thanks. I'll pass on the message.
Spicy Chai Bunny wants to know what stories she has to tell. You're not a salesman, are you, Ben? At least 4.
I am a salesman, Liam. That's pretty much my job. Yeah, I would say that there's at least 4 stories.
And Uma 87.
She's met the Queen.
Oh yeah, on purpose?
Yeah, deliberately.
Oh, is this Charity Grandma?
This is Charity Grandma, yeah.
That's her full name, Charity Grandma.
Charity Grandma.
And Uma
you
says...
want to see a picture of Charity Grandma on her 90th birthday?
Yeah.
Wearing a crown that was made by her 2-year-old great-grandson.
Oh, that's very bright. Okay, when that came into focus, it did look like a giant ASDF-style penis. But that's a very nice grandma. Well, congrats on the grandma. Grandma with the hat, I see it.
Check
And
out
the hat kind
Ignore
of...
the old woman attached.
Those kind of look like yellow peni. as well. Sorry to put knobs on your grandma.
Penises.
No, it's peni, like cacti. Pretty sure it's peni.
No, it's cactices.
Cactusices. Uma87 also says, woo, happy birthday, Grandma. And, this is lucked out for her because she would have been working on Sunday. So, congrats. Well done. Congrats on the employment. That's changed, hasn't it? I don't have a fucking job.
Yeah, you don't have a job. You just
fucking legend.
Filth.
Oh, I was going for legend. Duh. Yeah, no, my brain doesn't hurt no more. It's real good. So if anyone does want to contribute to Patreon, that'd be wonderful about now. Or subscribe on Twitch, fucking whatever. Yeah, what a hero for not having a job. Wow, that was easy. Yeah, no, it's much better. I was hating everything, and now I'm not. So I'm taking a creative sabbatical.
Sabbatical.
Did I tell you that I submitted the tracks from the mixtape to BBC Introducing? That would be nice, wouldn't it?
No.
No, I just sort of did it. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I've done pretty, like, in the past, I've done quite well off of BBC Introducing, given that none of my music ever has vocals in it, and they do, they definitely have a bias towards non-instrumental music, which is fine, because everyone does. So I thought, yeah, screw it. Now that I've actually got some music with vocals in it, I may as well submit it.
Might as well chuck that in.
Might as well chuck it in.
I discovered whilst at work on Monday that you can say, Alexa, play Conversation Hat podcast.
Yes, you can.
I Have Fallen.
Oh, really?
And it will play the song.
So the artist...
I said it like that just in case someone's Alexa is on and we can make them...
For anyone wanting to screw with their Alexas, the artist for the album is just the Conversation Hat. If you say play the Conversation Hat podcast, hopefully it will play the podcast. This is where it's going to get really confusing. But if you say either of those, it will play something we've done.
Yeah, and that's the important thing.
As musical artists, our name is the Conversation Hat. Which, again, I'm amazed has not been taken. I cannot fathom how we managed to get conversationhat.com. It just feels like a combination of words that would have already been taken. But winning, you know?
Apparently not.
Apparently not. It's not as good as an idea as I thought it was. Yeah, so I've been
still happy with it.
I've been learning a lot of stuff. I've been promoting the mixtape. Thank you to everyone that's listened. I've seen the stats. There's a few of you. Should I go find a link? I'm going to really unceremoniously plug it during the actual podcast recording as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were meant to plug it on the Sunday just past.
Because that was going to be... Well, I did a...
There were old people, as previously discussed, so we couldn't tell you then.
Well, no, I did. I was live.
We couldn't go, woo, Liam was, but I wasn't paying attention.
No. Is it obvious? There we go. Copy link address. Is that the right link address? Fuck no. Yeah, if you've managed to catch and listen to the mixtape, thank you very much. I'm rather proud of what we've done there. I look forward very much to doing more dumb stuff on Spotify. If you're the kind of person that enjoys comedy music in general, there is also this playlist.
Is it more of our stuff?
It includes our stuff, but it also includes The Lonely Island, Auntie Don and Nick, Hell Ninja, Sex Party, Professor Elemental, Richard Cheese, Flight of the Conchords, Bo Burnham, Mr. B, Tenacious D, The Divine Comedy.
So it's...
And Spinal Tap. Oh, and Bob's Burgers.
People, us.
Yeah.
Dante. And whoever wrote Bog Burgers.
What's Dante?
Dante's Inferno.
It's Dante's...
The Divine Comedy.
Ah! Oh, okay. I know them... Yeah, I can't read. I don't know what you want from me. You know I can't read. That's why my shirt's on backwards. Ben, it's fucking Halloween, yo.
Piss in my face, so it is. Almost.
Yeah, you'll have to give me 10 minutes to get there. So let's just cut out the middleman and assume I've pissed in your face, and now we can get on with the show.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Are you busy? Are you coming to the thing that I'm going to on Christmas?
I'm going to the thing.
Okay, do you have a costume for the thing?
I don't.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I've got some ideas, but, like, I don't know if either are going to be known.
I wouldn't worry about that.
So I'm not really. Basically, I'm either going to go as a one-eyed ghoul from Tokyo Ghoul, because that's just a contact lens and a bit of makeup.
Yeah.
Or I'm thinking about going as Guy from Free Guy.
Nice.
The Ryan Reynolds movie,
Yeah.
which is fun.
It's fun. It's a good film. I like it a lot.
Lovely to be in a time where Ryan Reynolds is just making movies, essentially, for Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
And
100%.
everyone else loves it.
Yeah.
It's great.
So you're going as a Free Guy. Yeah, screw it. I'll give away my costume.
Yeah, you were working on your costume a fair old bit.
I'm covered in glue. Because I've had to work doubly hard for reasons I will get to in just a second. I decided this year what I wanted to do was something with googly eyes, and that's as much as I thought about it.
True.
So me and Laura, we often like to go to things in like matching costumes or related costumes. So we were space people. She was like a space lady from like the 1950s posters, and I went as a robot a few years ago. That was our matching thing. We were both very silvery and shiny.
You went as
before that
Two Flower and Rincewind.
We did Two Flower and Rincewind. Yeah, I was Two Flower. I had like a what do they call cameras in Discworld? Iconograph, and I made a little goblin for that, and I bought like the world's smallest easel. And I had a goblin with a paintbrush, and then like he had like a tiny bong as well. For some reason, I just thought like this goblin needs a bong. Yeah, I need to find that. I'm really proud of. Spent so much time on the iconograph, and then, we fucking rigged it so there was a little disposable camera, like one of these tiny old Kodak dealies, like just in the top. So that I could press the button and it would actually take a photo on the world's shittiest, oldest camera. Yeah, I'm really proud of that. I'll have to find it. And we also, one of the first things we went as was matching Gary's from Fallout 3, I think. So there's because Fallout's full of vaults, and there's the vault where they have the clones and everyone's called Gary. So we went as Gary's from Vault 108. So I decided this year I wanted to do something with eyes, and Laura was up for doing something with eyes, and if we both did something with googly eyes, that would be like enough of a link to be matching. So we basically worked out all the eye-based puns, and then we got rid of the really horrific ones like ISIS and the IRA. Just like...
I saw the list. There was some
ISAW was one.
Suggestions
like way more terrorist organisations than you might expect.
I didn't think that many would lend themselves to
Al-Qaeda. You got another one there. There's plenty. So we decided on googly eyes. Laura settled on bedroom eyes, and I settled on eye candy.
Laura's just staying at home.
Laura's staying at home. She's sleepy. So what I thought was funny about them is like the way that we're going to do them is not sexy, but those two things mean, something sexy, something that's nice to look at, bedroom eyes and eye candy. So Laura's got a like an old-timey man's nightgown and like one of those little sleepy hats, and she just fucking covered it in googly eyes. And so then what I've done for eye candy is I've got my my Vault 108 jumpsuit. I've taken off the yellow bits, and I've just covered it in googly eyes and sweets. So it's interactive. You can the sweets are all in their wrappers, so you can just pull them off, break the glue.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I'm just going to be walking around with people fucking touching me up all night. It's going to be rad. There are no sweets on my ass.
I'd like to take this moment to just have a serious word about safety. This Halloween, parents in particular, please pay attention.
Oh, yeah.
When your child goes trick-or-treating, check the candy.
Yeah.
There could be all kinds of things. There could be drugs, razor blades. There could be the host of a comedy podcast in your child's sweets. Be safe.
Yeah.
Be secure. Have fun.
What they do is they get in there because of the drugs.
They do get in there because of the drugs.
And because
I know that this is a post that goes around every year or two around Halloween, but it's no one is putting drugs.
No, they are. It's called onboarding.
Children.
It's onboarding. You get the kid addicted to crack, and then they're like, "Ooh, mummy, get me some crack from Sainsbury's."
That's stupid because you don't know what house you got the crack from.
You got to take an inventory as you go around,
Where'd
man.
you get the crack, Liam? And if there's an inventory and these people are moaning about it, their fucking fault for not having the inventory put with the address. Report them to the police.
You gotta sign in and out the candy bars and the drugs,
reporting
right?
them to the police, that's not Halloween spirit, is it? Stay at home.
I'm so unclear on what the message is. What are we telling people?
No one's giving people drugs for free.
No, probably not.
And if they are, they're bad businessmen.
Yeah.
And they won't last very long, so just let it happen.
Yeah.
Your children aren't getting drugged, and if they are getting drugged, just ignore it.
It seems like
it'll end soon. It'll pass.
Look, man, if there's like a little baggie of heroin or something, or a little baggie of weed in your child's little in between all the Twix wrappers and everything and the licorice that no one wants, stop giving us licorice. If there's like a little baggie of drugs in there, and the kid somehow works out how to roll a doobie,
or inject
heroin, or rack up a line of cocaine, I think you fucked up.
Where'd they learn that, huh?
They're not going to be like, ooh, ketamine, better gum this quickly. Like, they're not going to know any of that stuff. Mum, if you're watching, I don't know what any of those words are. I just heard them on Radio 4.
Can you gum ketamine?
You can. You can gum anything.
You can gum gravel if you want.
I mean, I wouldn't recommend ketamine, like, at all, gummed or otherwise. It's not a good idea. I don't know what any drugs are.
Expensive.
Yes, quite. And they're not for free in your child's candy. So, fun fact, the reason I've been working really hard on my jumpsuit is because I accidentally stuck a shitload of candy and eyeballs onto Laura's jumpsuit, which, newsflash, doesn't fit me, because I'm 3 of her.
It's true. Laura is much less big than Liam is.
Yeah. Yeah, like, quite a lot. So I've been spending, like, the last 2 days just, like, peeling googly eyes and candy wrappers off of a jumpsuit and then sticking them to another one. So, yeah, I'm covered in glue. It's real gross. We're going to make whoopie pies. It's going to be great. They're going to have eyeballs.
Whoopie pies?
Whoopie pies, yeah. Little Goldbergs.
What's a whoopie pie?
It's like a, sort of a mini kind of...
Is it a quiche that farts at you?
Yeah, it's a quiche that farts at you. And it was in When Nuns Attack. Can't remember the name of that actual film. No, it doesn't matter. Sister Act. Not When Nuns Attack. When Nuns Get Fucking Horny. I'd watch that. I think I have watched that. Stay on message, Taylor. God damn it. Whoopie eyes, they're like little cakey things, and they've got like a marshmallow fluff kind of icing in the middle. They're really nice. They're great.
I
know you know.
I know I asked the question, but I wasn't listening to the answer because I was too busy writing down When Nuns Attack.
Yeah.
Because that is a sentence we need to do something with.
Yeah. So Ben, what is What is the best Halloween costume you've done? Like, ever?
See, now, I was quite pleased when I mashed the Pokemon trainer with the guitarist from
Come on.
from Guns N' Roses.
Good job. Is he straddling? Not yet, but
No,
give him a
the other
minute.
one.
Gilby Clark. Ron Bumblefoot Fall. The other one I can't remember. And then the one with the hat.
I genuinely wonder why you ask me questions. And I've just come up with the other. I think it's to interrupt me.
No, it's because, like, I have an opportunity to say something stupid. And I'm like, oh, I haven't said anything in a bit. Let's... What are you trying to do? Are you trying to void your warranty?
I wanted to see if...
No, it
by
didn't.
putting highlighter on the webcam, it would make it pink. A little bit.
No, not really. It just makes it blurry. Okay.
Pink blurry?
No.
No, not really.
Yes, you did you did Slash.
Cool. So not only did you tread all over the punchline, you also took it and did it wrong.
Yeah, but you couldn't remember his name.
Slash.
Yeah, you said who was it? So I told you who it was.
I didn't say who was it.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said who. I thought you forgot his name.
I was interrupted by some long-haired prick.
Where? I'll get it. I'll fuck him up.
Before I was saying, oh yeah, it was Slash Ketchum.
Oh.
Let me just point. The best Halloween costume I have ever done.
Yeah.
And all I get from you is sass.
Yeah.
And you anteing my climax and.
That's what I do. I guess the game I was trying to play was, I bet I can name more Guns N' Roses guitarists than you. Which I don't know why I decided that was important to me. Because I don't really care.
Liam.
Hello.
Liam.
Hello.
What was the best Halloween costume that you've ever done?
The robot.
I want to play Monopoly with the Queen and Adolf Hitler.
Wow.
And Mustafa Bertzvanli.
Is that a made-up person?
No, he was one of the guitarists from Guns N' Roses.
He wasn't. Hitler wasn't in Guns N' Roses.
No, but the Queen was.
Yes, that was a weird album. I didn't mind it. Not as weird as the album where Queen were in Guns N' Roses. No, Guns N' Roses were in Queen.
You had said that your Halloween thingy was. What was your Halloween thingy?
I know you were ready to like usurp me, and you did it really well. It was the robot one.
I don't care.
Sorry,
I did it again.
It was the robot one.
Oh, the robot one.
The robot one. Which I think we did last year, which doesn't seem that long ago. I think we dressed up as Halloween costumes, and I did the robot again, and then I couldn't see anything. Do you not remember that? I can't remember what you were.
Yes, I do. Yeah, because when you actually dressed as the robot, I think that was when I was Slash Ketchum.
Yes, I think it was the same one. Pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Gotta catch
I don't know
them.
if I did anything last year. I might have put a hat on.
I don't think there was a last year. Because I think we were back in lockdown.
I had... Oh, no, I had horns and I think I had contact lenses in for our spooky Halloween stream last year.
Yes, that was it. You got all horned up.
I was a horny devil.
You were. And your
With
costume,
sore
something, a horny devil joke. Something.
My costume made me look like a red cow.
It did make you look like a red cow. That's true.
I have some spooky stuff with me today, Liam. Would you like to see them?
Yeah, what you got? What spooky stuff you got? How spooky and why spooky? He's getting it. He's doing it.
I have my mad scientist's test tubes.
Yeah, I see that.
And I will be taking these potions on board with me and with us during the rest of the evening that we spend together. Wouldn't that be lovely?
If you found ways to hide
have-
booze and make it whimsical.
No.
Ah, yes.
I mean, here we've got poison number 1.
Is it vodka surprise?
It's mystery rum.
Ah, yeah. That's very good.
And we've got poison number 4.
Yeah.
Wizardski.
Yeah, I see the game they're playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got another one here. Where is it? I dropped it.
Is it just a bottle of tequila?
But you know Voldemort from Harry Potter, how he's a bad wizard.
Is it vodka mort?
Vodka more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then this I think is my particular favourite. This is very clever.
Beer.
Really good play on words.
Just beer.
Which is gin.
Which is gin
Which is gin.
instead of... Or is that the joke
This is
that
gin.
is...
It's just gin.
It's not even a pun, it's just which is gin.
No.
I kind of like
Which
that.
is gin.
That's very...
Honest.
It's very Nanny Ogg, isn't it? Like all the
It
other
is.
wizards have bought their their whimsical pun-based creation, and she's just like, "This is my gin.
I've got gin.
It's called gin.
You shut up and just start drinking your gin.
Where'd you get them from?" He's a looker,
demons.
ladies. Oh, Ben was in Blur for a second there.
I'll be honest.
Oh, your voice has gotten higher.
I'll be honest. I was sort of looking... The way I've got my setup, the camera angles for me seeing you is different. So for
Yes.
my own my own amusement,
Ben's up here.
I've moved the little picture-in-picture of me. I've moved it and made it fit your TV screen in the background.
Oh, you're a fucking genius.
Right, and I think it looks really funny, but sometimes I get distracted by it, and I got distracted as I was doing that, and completely forgot that I was drinking straight gin.
That's the funniest shit. Oh, so it's not even like an alco pop. It's just gin.
No,
it's
no, that's just a straight up thing of gin.
Wow, good shit.
And you know, I got a few of these.
Yeah, I see that.
So,
Where'd you get them from?
Just to see me through. I got it from the troll. The troll who lives on the bridge.
You gotta stop buying from that guy. He
I
does.
didn't buy it. He gave me some Halloween candy, and they all just fell out of a Twix.
There weren't any podcast hosts in there, were there?
Not anymore.
Oh, you drank
They
them.
were delicious.
That's wonderful. Ben, what is the best costume idea you've ever had? Yeah, Ben's supporting the local drug dealers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What's the best costume idea you've ever had, and like, was it executed properly, or did you just never get around to doing it?
Best one that I've ever had. I can't recall. I can tell you the best 3 that my dad has told me about.
Oh yeah, go on. That'll do.
One long before memes or Gordon Ramsay. Once he went to a fancy dress party with a piece of bread on either side of his head and just a bit of tape.
Yeah.
So he went as a sandwich.
Idiot sandwich, or just a regular sandwich.
Just a sandwich.
A sandwich that's hard of hearing, I imagine.
Probably.
Yeah.
But you know, you get a bit hungry. Just.
Yeah, let's have a go. Yeah.
One of his friends went to a party as premature ejaculation.
Okay. Yeah.
Wearing just a pair of briefs. Someone says, "How's that premature ejaculation?" He goes, "Well, I've just come in my pants."
Yeah, this was the 80s, wasn't it?
It was, yes.
It was absolutely the 80s. No women. Not a single woman.
They were invited, but they didn't want.
No, they knew they shouldn't. They knew perfectly well not to. Somehow.
I've saved this one for last.
Okay.
One of his friends went as a lobotomy.
Right.
He had a piece of liver tied around his head.
Okay.
Just a bit of liver there.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure was very funny in his mind and was probably, so amusing. Until, I would say, an hour or two into the party.
Yeah, when you start smelling it.
When you just have warm offal attached to your face.
Yeah. That sounds awful.
Can't imagine that being high on a list of things to be repeated, can you?
I also don't really get it because, like, if you have a lobotomy, you don't then have the bit of brain attached to you.
Perhaps
the point is that it's been removed.
Procedure. Or it was to symbolise.
What you could have done is got like a handle of a screwdriver, like or ostensibly an ice pick, and then just like adhese it to the to your nose, just so you have like that, and you just walk around with like an ice pick sticking out of your nose.
That looks very unrealistic.
That's because I was doing it for that camera, not that camera. If I did it for this camera, ow.
See, now that's a different screwdriver.
I have more than one.
Inconsistent.
I'll do it now with a flute.
I'm out. Ooh.
I've got to clean that later. It's been up my nose.
It has. I just saw.
Yeah. We I think some of the best ideas for costumes came out this year when we were trying to come up with eye puns. I really wanted to do I Spy, but we couldn't really work out what spies wore. Like, we figured maybe...
Trench coat, black hat.
We thought trench coat, black hat, but then we were like, I don't want to glue shit to a trench coat. I don't want to have to go and find a trench coat just for like a one-off party that I can then stick stuff to. We thought about getting a lab coat and dyeing it black. That might have worked. Like a briefcase or something. Like one of them spy glasses with eyes on.
Yeah. Yeah, that could have done. Me and a friend, me and my mate Hannah, who was, we were going to go possibly to Halloween as a tooth fairy and Mr. Tea Time from Terry Pratchett.
Okay.
I think just because she wanted to dress up as a tooth fairy.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of black clothes.
I gotta say,
would have worked.
I don't know what it says about our relationship or my internalized vision of yourself, Ben. But like when you said Tooth Fairy and something else, I genuinely thought, yeah, Ben Tooth Fairy, fine.
No, I was going to be the unfeeling psychopathic murder person.
Yeah, that seems weird to me that you weren't the female fairy character. Yeah, I don't really know what that means. It's all good.
Halloween is a time for surprises. Boo!
Ah, shit. I can't be mad because Halloween's a time for surprises. Damn it. Any other Halloween-y type things you wanna get into before the actual podcast, which is coming? It's a coming.
Oh, is it?
Hey.
No, let's get on. Let's do it.
Do you want to do the podcast? We can do the podcast.
Fucking podcast, mate.
Shit the bed. Have you got your recording shit
I'm
ready?
not going to do that.
I'm going to shit in your bed.
No matter how Halloweeny it is. I don't want to poop.
Okay, that seems fair.
Not in bedtime.
Oh no. Let me just turn my recorder on. Ah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta... Are you wearing your mic? Is it just out of shot? It is slightly out of shot, that's fine.
Slightly out of shot. It makes it look more professional this way, Liam. And if I keep my head turning this way, then, you know, you can never tell that I'm even wearing an earpiece.
I think the people know that we're doing a live stream.
Shut up!
I think
illusion.
it says fucking live stream recording, like right there. There it is.
This is a fly-on-the-wall documentary.
Is it a fly-on-the-wall documentary or is it a podcast
Have you pressed
on Twitch?
Record?
No, it's turning on. It is actually taking quite a while to turn on. That's probably a problem.
This is why I turned mine on before.
Yeah, no, I mean yours is on a computer, isn't it? So.
I turned mine on
Yeah.
back before we started this, when you reminded me to.
You're welcome. I can't keep mine turned on because if you're not recording, it just turns itself off after a while.
Oh.
I'm going to put these batteries here, politely.
Mine doesn't do that.
No, because yours is on the computer.
It is on the computer.
Mine's hardware. It's if it wasn't plugged in, I would show you. There it is. Ah, look at that. It's plugged in, so I can't. There you go.
I'm going to share
Yeah.
a small bit of fun Halloween sweet decoration for the pod babies whilst Liam's fannying about.
I'm fannying right now.
You get little jelly babies,
Yeah, I do.
and then you can get some toothpicks,
Uh-huh.
dip the end of toothpicks in red food colouring, and then jab the jelly babies with them.
That's fun.
And you have a
For
nice
that
little way
cocktail.
of social distancing, picking up your jelly babies, and it looks like they've been stabbed by very aggressive trees.
I mean, you could just put them on like the ends of actual big long bamboo sticks, so that you can socially distance. Yum, and then put it back.
Yeah.
I don't think we really have to socially distance anymore if we've got the jabs. I've lost track of what the rules are. I think you can.
No one knew in the fucking first place, did they?
No.
Did you know that there is a torture method where you have a tree grow through you?
Yes, that's in it for the long haul, I think.
Well, it's quite. They don't use just an oak tree or anything like that.
No.
It's a very fast-growing grass, a bamboo.
Yes, bamboo does kind of shoot up. That's why they call it that. We got bamboo at my place. It's everywhere.
Pushes through you and you go, ow!
Ooh, you bastard. Yeah, that's what happens.
Mm.
That's what happens.
That smarts, so it does.
Ouchie. I wish this wasn't happening. And other things that you might say.
During torture.
During torture. Oh no, I'm being tortured. Who'd have thunk it? That sort of thing. Ben, do you want to hit record?
I have hit record. Just in time for us to have stopped talking about
Torture.
grass torture.
I have also hit record. Hello and welcome to the Conversation Hat Podcast.
Hey!
Podcast for geeks, artists, and terrible people. And spooky boys.
Woo!
Spooky boys and normal, polite girls.
Woo!
Being spooky over there is my colleague Ben.
Spooky!
Yes. Embed
And
today's
being-
keyword.
Being Liam over there is my co-host, Spooky Liam.
Hello, yes. Podcast for geeks, ghouls, and ghouls, and terrible ghouls. Spooky ghouls.
Ghouls. Ghouls.
Falling apart on the Sundance Strip. Forgot what it's called. Sunset Strip. I don't know. Never been. Don't care. Yes, it's spooky. I'm spooky. You're spooky. Ben is spooky. 100% of everything is spooky.
That guy standing behind you is spooky.
That's just that's an example of the kind of spooky cool stuff that might happen on the Conversation Hat Spookcast. What? Spookcast? Yeah, I think that's enough keywords for now.
I think we've done that to death now. Yeah, that's
Done it to death. Death spooky.
that's a spooky.
That's another one. Fucking hell. Hello, wonderful people. It's the monthly live stream podcast recording. We're live to Twitch, YouTube, and apparently Twitter. Don't know how I did that.
Oh, really?
I know. I really felt upwards. We got some
all the retweets and racism that might be happening.
Oh, good. My two favourite things. We've got some spooky mysteries to share with you. And according to this list that I wrote down about half an hour ago, Ben's going to go first. Ben, what you got for us, buddy?
I am going to go first. What I have for you being vaguely unprepared.
Hooray.
No, I'm not really. It's fine.
Hooray.
I'm here. What we're doing is we're going through some spooky tales. Unsolved mysteries. Supernatural occurrences. I'm not sure. Liam and I haven't spoken about them beforehand, so I'm going Unsolved Mysteries.
Odd shit.
This is actually kind of sounds like the beginning of a horror movie, to be honest.
Yep.
From 1917 to 1928. Just over and almost 100 years ago. 500,000 people were afflicted with a condition known as the sleeping sickness. Latin name is there.
Give it a go.
Encephalus lethargia.
Oh,
Lethargica.
lethargica, like lethargy. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And
Nice.
the first word, like something else.
Yeah, something a different word.
It appeared first in Europe, spread around the world, getting to epidemic levels in North America and India, along with our Europe that we've already mentioned. In just 2 years, about a third of the people who got the illness dead.
Whoa, okay.
50% of the survivors were unable to physically interact with the world around them. They were fully aware of their surroundings. See, it's like that bit that happens sometimes in horror films, where they can't move, but all the badness is happening. Occasionally, limited speech, eye movement. Laughter has been added into this list, which I think is trying to make the whole thing a bit more cheerful. But it still sucks, because that can go on for hours, days, weeks, and years, just being stuck.
Whoa.
A living statue.
Yeah. Like those men in market squares.
Yeah, but every time you put a 5p in, they don't move about.
Ah, right, okay.
That's the main difference between...
Did they try that?
You know, illness and art?
Yeah, it's definitely art with a question mark.
They've no idea what causes it.
Okay.
The best theory that we've got is the inflammation of the brain, triggered by streptococcus. Triggered by a strain of streptococcus, which is what gives you a sore throat.
Right, yeah.
A little worrying researching this because I have a sore throat at the moment. It's
Oh,
not
shit.
COVID.
No.
Because I did the test.
Yeah.
I had a hell of a time doing the test this morning, actually.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you got to put the juice in the little drippy thing, and then you put the lid on the drippy thing, and then you drip the drippy thing onto the thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, putting the lid onto the drippy thing, and it just fired across the room. Oh, no. Not the liquid, the actual plastic thing itself. Just flew away from me.
I mean, that's better than just the liquid going everywhere.
Kinda.
Yeah.
But either way, I had to do it again, which was annoying.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, best guess, mutated sore throat, made you attack the brain, and you freeze.
Whoa. That's really scary, especially if you're aware of your surroundings. It's not like you're just in a coma.
The scariest thing, this wasn't a one-off.
Oh.
That was about 100 years ago. North America, Europe, and did I say India? I think I said India. It's in my notes somewhere. But the illness then disappeared. Turned up again in Europe in the 1950s. 10 years ago, a 12-year-old girl was hospitalized in China for 5 weeks. It's still there.
But
we don't know how, we don't know why, but it will find you.
So, yeah, that one recently in China is just a standalone one-off dealio, implicitly.
As far as I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm
Weird.
guessing because, you know, I think in parts of Asia, like obviously we are now new to the face masks over the last 2 years, but I think in certain parts of Asia it's very much you get a bit sick, you pop a face mask on so other people don't get sick.
Politeness.
So maybe it was, you know, contained that way. Or maybe it's just mentioning the 12-year-old girl because it was 5 weeks. But it's still about.
Wow. That's pretty scary.
there was a 2004 analysis of 20 patients that had symptoms remarkably similar to EL, or sleeping disease.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever it is, it's still about.
Cool.
It's still there.
Fun.
What's it planning? Who knows? But it's going to win at them kids' parties where you play musical statues.
I don't think it's planning anything. I think it's just a virus that spreads. I don't think it's sentient. I hope it's not sentient. That'd be spooky.
If it is, it's coming for you because you just called it dumb.
Yes, I did just call it dumb. I don't know. That sounds very restful. No, I sincerely do not want that. That sounds awful.
Yeah, it really sucks.
At least it sounds like it, when it does reappear, it's gradually diminishing in size, so that's nice. Probably not due for a resurgence or anything. Who knows? We handled the last pandemic really well.
Ooh.
So we'll probably nail the next one.
That was over in like a couple of weeks, wasn't it?
Yeah, barely felt it.
Minimal. There's no bad things.
It didn't inexplicably destroy every industry in the country.
It could pass you by without you even noticing.
Thank God we have Strong and Stable rather than Bacon Sandwich Boy. Anyway, that's really cool. Like, I mean, horrifying, but like, cool story. It seems like the sort of thing that would be better known because it is so inexplicable. Or like, do you think they don't talk about it because it's proper scary?
I feel like it's probably a little bit of like, don't talk about it because it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it's sort of like how when you were younger, you thought that quicksand was going to be a much bigger problem in your life.
Oh, quicksand came up like daily, man. I was ready for that.
But quicksand would be a more dramatic TV.
Yes.
You know, mechanic. Whereas this just all of a sudden,
yeah,
not as dramatic.
Not as good. Yeah.
Just pop them on the back of the wagon and off you go.
Yeah, exactly. Fun. Wow. Good story.
I'd be interested to see if you can like sort of feel it coming on, like it does it slowly, so you could just
quick do something cool. Of course we did. I thought you were going for the fingers as well.
I was going to go for the fingers, and then thought, what if you die like that and you have to, you know?
What if you're dead like that? Then you can just be repositioned, can't you?
Maybe.
Because I know that
Would
rigor
you be
mortis.
posable whilst you were in your sleepy statue state?
Well, how do they get you in the coffin otherwise?
But I meant when you were alive.
Right. Oh, okay. I don't know. I wasn't there to
froze
try.
while you were falling, you'd just be in a really weird position.
Emma says they sound a bit like zombies. It does a little bit. Is it like the opposite of a zombie because you're perfectly in control of your brain, but like you can't move anything else, as opposed to zombies, which I guess is your body's moving, but you're not in control of your brain, or you're not in your brain. I don't know.
I think you're pretty much dead with zombies.
Yes, but your body's alive, which is nice.
So there's my scary sleepy thing.
Yeah, scary sleepy thing. Like night terrors. I've got my stories are kind of historical. Sorry, just writing down the time.
History
time. 1861.
Cast your mind back.
Cast your mind back. It was my minus 130th birthday. It nearly was.
Oh, podcast listeners won't be able to see that. But
just the cogs
his
turning.
Little mouth moving as his brow furrowed, and he just started leaning slightly off camera.
Yeah, I had to do some basic maths and I couldn't. I nearly did it and then I forgot to add 100. 1861, there was a merchant ship called the Amazon, launched from what we now know as Nova Scotia, North America. There were some troubles getting it into the sea. For some reason, it wouldn't budge from the wooden supports it lives in. I guess they just didn't kick it hard enough. The ship's first captain caught pneumonia and died.
Oh.
The ship then had a series of accidents and eventually ran aground 6 years after its first launch. So a troubled childhood for this little boat. Little boat, like a schooner, I think it was, like a 10-person boat, I guess. So not like a huge ship, but like not like a little paddling boat.
Not a big boat, but you wouldn't want one of them up your nose for a walk, would you?
Yeah, no, if it ran you over, you'd feel it. I guess. So it ran aground 6 years after it was first launched, and it was so screwed up that the investors, the people that basically built the boat and owned it, just couldn't afford repairs. They couldn't even afford to transport it off the rocks it got stuck on. If it were a car, you'd say it was written off and left in a ditch. Eventually, the ship was moved and sold to a chip called Richard W. Haynes, who had to replace the entire bottom of the boat, replace the rigging, the sails, pretty much everything. And that's just a bit of background, because it could be that the boat itself was cursed. I mean, probably not.
It sounds like he should have just started with the new boat.
Start with a new boat. But I guess it's like, I guess it's easier if you already have like the blueprint of something, you just gradually replace everything with better stuff, rather than having to think, right, here's a tree, how do I carve a boat out of it?
I mean, I'm sure it would really lend itself if this story suddenly became spooky.
Oh, dip. Do you know about the ship of Theseus, Ben? This is a slight tangent.
I do. I love the conundrum of the... what was the name of the ship?
Of Theseus.
Something. Yes.
It's just the of Theseus. The USS
Theseus'
of
ship
Theseus
is in the museum, but because it's very, very old, the planks get replaced when they reach a certain bit of deterioration. And the paradox is if when the ship gets to the point where every single beam has been replaced, is it still the original ship?
Yeah.
And the answer is both no and yes.
The overall, the answer is who gives a shit? But it's a fun conundrum. I think the way it was told to me was that if you had a boat and you gradually replace the parts and then put the original parts in a big boat-shaped pile over there, you're then left with two boats. So you're like, well, which is the ship of Theseus? Is it the pile of the original parts that's not currently in a boat shape, or is it this boat-shaped thing that has none of the original parts? And the answer is, doesn't matter. Don't worry. It's not even relevant to this story, other than that's kind of what happened to the Amazon a little bit.
You can get to a thought experiment, whereas if you take away the person removing the planks, and if the planks ended up being replaced by some force of nature, something that no one has anything control over, is that still the ship? Again, the answer is still yes and no.
Yeah.
A very fun way that's a lot more on our level is Trigger's broom from Only Fools and Horses.
Right, yeah.
My broom has had 14 new handles and 17 new heads in its time. So how the hell's it same bloody broom? Here's a picture of it. It's the same broom.
You got to take a picture of it.
But it totally isn't, but it is.
Yeah, no, that's exactly the same thing, just with two parts. So I guess it's easier for an Only Fools and Horses bit. So that's what happened to this boat, the Amazon. All the parts were eventually replaced, or at least a lot of the parts. Richard W. Haynes, the current owner, renamed the boat the Mary Celeste.
I've heard of that one.
You probably have heard of Mary Celeste, or the Mary Celeste. The boat was, shortly after the renaming, reclaimed by Haynes's creditors, as he was in an assload of debt. And it was sold to a Captain Benjamin Spooner Briggs, a good, responsible, and deeply religious man. Ben, you gasped.
I mean, that's a name for someone to own a boat, isn't it?
Spooner Schooner.
Benjamin Spooner Briggs.
Yeah. November 1872, the Mary Celeste was loaded up with 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol, the kind of thing you give to a printing press to get drunk. Because it was the 1800s. Turn of to printing press.
Is it good? Yeah?
I think so. I didn't look up when the printing press was, but that feels right.
Was it supposed to be funny?
No, I mean it was more of like a.
Was it funny, and was it supposed to be?
I think objectively that was a joke, but I don't think it was funny.
Oh.
You know.
I'll do this then.
That's all I need. Thank you.
Yeah, I got it.
I can. Shall I tell it again? Did you not get the joke? Because I can explain it. The only way we can make this funnier is if I double down and explain it.
Is it because printing press uses lots of food at the same time?
No, it's just because of the words industrial alcohol. So
Yeah.
printing press is an industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I just said,
Yeah.
isn't it?
I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
You bugged out. You may well have done.
Oh. Let's just say that I was right.
1,700 barrels. 1,700 barrels of industrial alcohol. The kind of thing you use in industry, apparently. It's a routine delivery from New York to Genoa in Italy. Nothing out of the ordinary about it. It sounds like that's a weird thing to have on a boat. It is not. That happened all the heckin' time. There were 10 people aboard. It was a crew of 7, plus the captain himself and his wife and their daughter. December 4th. British ship. So Mary Celeste launched in November. And then December, early December, British ship De Gratia spots the Mary Celeste 500 miles west of Portugal in the Atlantic Ocean. So I want you to imagine...
That's not Italy.
It's not. I mean, when you started out in New York, you're closer, right? Kind of the Mediterranean. So if you pick...
I mean, you're either closer or inland.
Certainly. And that's not where boats thrive. So if you picture the lump of Spain with Portugal on the end, and then if you go west by 950 miles, you've got the Azores Islands. So in between the Azores Islands and Portugal, almost exactly halfway, was just floating around this boat, the Mary Celeste. It was moving weirdly, so the De Gratia, the British ship, signalled it and got no response. So they sent 3 dudes to go and have a look. There is no one on board. This is an empty ship. The lifeboat is missing, but the stores, the food, the captain's navigational tools are all in place where they should be. Nothing's knocked over. Nothing's broken. There wasn't like a mad rush to get the fuck off this ship. Everything's where it should be. The only thing is that there were 9 empty barrels of the cargo of the 1,700. 9 of them were empty. Must have been those printing presses. But that's the somebody help. But that's the thing about barrels. They get seepage. That's why we don't use barrels anymore. We use Tupperware because barrels seep in it. So 9 barrels out of 1,700 is pretty good going. It's not the end of the world. The ship's logs are recorded more or less every hour for, situations exactly like this when there's a boat and you want to know what happened to this boat. That's why you have the ship's logs. So the ship log recorded that at 8 a.m. of November the 25th, so 10 days previous, they were 6 miles south of the Azores. And there was nothing out of the ordinary. So remember when we pictured Spain, and we have Portugal, and then 950 miles to the west you have the Azores. So they were...
So they drifted
just
about 444 miles.
So they somehow managed to make it around the southernmost island of the Azores. They made it around the other side and then floated north east. Or they floated east for a while and then floated north for a while, like something like that.
They got where they wanted.
So they were just south of the Azores, and there was nothing out of the ordinary. Like the ship's log literally says, we're 6 miles south of the Azores and in a boat. Perfectly normal. So somewhere between 8 and, I guess, 9 a.m., which is when the next log would have been recorded, somewhere between 8 and 9 a.m. on November the 25th, something happened that forced the crew of 7 plus 3 to calmly, but very quickly, get on a lifeboat and leave. Because everything was left on the boat, so it would have been a quick exit, but nothing was knocked over, so I guess it would have been a very calm exit.
It wasn't a panicked one.
No, yeah, so like it was fast, but it was pretty calm. If it was a pirate takeover, which is something that happens, nothing was knocked over.
Or taken.
Or taken. Like, the cargo was where it should be. No blood, nothing out of place. Maybe they were worried about the industrial alcohol exploding, but this was a routine job. They did this kind of thing all the time, and Captain Benjamin had been doing this for 18 years. So he probably knew that the barrels were fine. And that's the mystery of the Mary Celeste. We don't know what happened. We don't get to know. That's the problem with mysteries, isn't it? It's very unsatisfying. It's like when you watch the mystery series on Netflix, and you're like, I want to know what happened. You're like, you don't get to.
And we've wasted your time.
We have wasted your time.
Roll.
Yeah, exactly. Not for you.
But some of those have now been
They have been solved, thanks to Reddit or whatever.
Netflix and things make solving crime.
Netflix and crime. Yeah. Ben, have you got another story for us, buddy?
I'm gonna do you a twofer. Two little brief boys. Have you seen Clint Eastwood's 2008 film Changeling?
No.
I have. It's not what I thought it was.
Weird, forgot the word. Don't worry, just carry on. Ignore me. It's fine.
Name, thing, something.
Weird flex.
I thought that it was going to be like some supernatural, spooky dooky stuff. But it is a true crime story.
Uh-huh.
From the 1920s in America.
Oh, yeah.
Christine Collins reported her 9-year-old son Walter missing.
Oh, no.
In March of 1928. They lived in LA. Just weren't there anymore.
Ah.
5 months later, the police came back and went, "Look, we found Walter. He is your son."
Okay.
And Christine said, "No, it isn't."
Right.
Because it wasn't.
Yeah. You got to trust
LA
a woman
police.
to know.
You'd think, but LA police went, don't be daft. Of course it's your son. We told you it is.
Right.
You're a terrible mother. Go into this mental hospital.
Wow, that escalated. Jesus.
Yeah, they had her committed into a mental hospital because she was like, "This isn't my boy."
Okay.
The real Walter Collins, never found.
Okay.
Over time, authorities started going with the theory that he was a victim of a convicted child murderer by the name of Gordon Stewart Northcott.
Damn it, Gordon Stewart Northcott.
I know, you dick.
Asshole.
But whatever happened, his body was never found. No one ever found out really what happened. And the bit that's more, never been established with any certainty why the police really wanted to make it "this is your son," why they wanted to cover up the fact that that kid had gone missing and that they bought a different child and went, "This one."
Where do you get a spare child?
That is another bit of mystery, I suppose. I mean, there's orphanages and things. I don't have that bit of information in front of me, and 2008 was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, they tried to convince this woman and the world that her son Walter was back when he was not Walter.
Whoa.
Why? Who knows?
Jesus. That's so weird. Especially to be like, no, this is your son. Get in the loony bin. Like, what the
It's your son. Shut up. We've told you this before.
Because what would you have to gain by it being ostensibly a solved case, even if it meant that the woman gets locked up, which makes it more of an interesting case. If you're trying to cover something up, you're bringing attention to it by locking this woman up because, you know, us two goons are talking about it several years later, and like that's the worst thing that could happen.
Well, about 100 years later, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, when? 2000.
1928.
I thought you said 2008.
The movie came out in 2008.
The movie came out in 2008.
Yes.
That's got more to do with the case than us talking about it. Like,
sorry.
A little bit. Yeah, that's wild.
Spooky, right?
Especially that you have to source an extra child. So what the hell happened to the kid once the woman got locked up? Did the kid go into care?
I do not have that bit in front of me, and as I said, 2008 was a long time ago. I don't remember the movie.
I probably didn't write it down. That's wild, man.
Yeah, I didn't
story.
write it down. To be honest, I didn't think that was going to be a question.
No.
It's a good question.
Thank you so much. No,
and
cool.
Hey, I don't want to have all the fun for you.
No, I've got to do some googling for myself.
Do some digging yourself, and you'll get more out of it.
Spicy Chai in the chat tells us that they've identified another John Wayne Gacy victim, which is wild.
Yes, I did, and that's why I got rid of all of my John Wayne Gacy stuff for today.
Oh, really?
I didn't fancy
little too current.
It felt a little bit. Yeah, I thought clown murders from the 80s were going to be fine, but no.
Yeah.
Real Halloween spirit. We've got some more. More bodies turning up.
I get my morbid news from last podcast on the left, so I imagine that's going to be the centre of attention for the next episode or so. Jolly good. Ben, do you have
like another?
I'd like another
brief
story.
mystery?
There's a slight lag here, so when I gesture Ben into stuff, we talk at the same time. Can't be avoided.
Little bit.
Go on, what you got?
2007, 1 year before
The film.
Clint Eastwood made that film. A girl roaming a beach in British Columbia found a shoe.
Ooh, lovely.
Lucky her, you might
Free
think.
shoe, yeah, man.
Looked in the shoe. Some bloody bugger had left their foot in there.
Oh no.
That shoe's too full.
Occupied-o.
Occupied.
Someone's in here.
Since then, a number of feet have washed ashore on British Columbia.
Honestly, that's the opposite of what I thought you were going to say.
What, the rest of them?
I thought you were going to say the rest of a body sans foot, not more feet. Well, are they all left feet or something,
feet.
or is it just any feet?
The feet have been connected to 5 men, 1 woman, and 3 of unknown sex. So that's...
Okay.
You know, that's many feet.
That's too many feet.
Throughout the years, you know, some people have just chucked fake feet in there. Whatever.
Sure. Yeah, whatever keeps you...
Whatever
ticking.
keeps you going.
Yeah.
But the case has never been fully solved.
Wow.
There's theories. One of the feet in 2008 matched DNA to a man who was described as suicidal.
Death by cutting your foot up.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like suicide.
Cut your foot off.
Yeah.
2 other feet were matched to a woman who also believed to commit suicide.
Right.
So, you know, maybe people jumped off of the bridge or off of a bridge and they died and bits have just washed up. However, that face that you're pulling, I agree with. It's only feet.
Yeah.
It's not a lot and it's only feet.
Yeah.
Some people think that there was a plane crash. The shoes were all manufactured before 2004.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people who think that it might have been the Asian tsunami, the Boxing Day tsunami.
Okay,
But
fine.
again, only feet.
Yeah, no, that's something else. Like, because you don't just have... You have... There is more to people than feet.
There's a lot more people than just feet.
I mean,
There's other bits of them.
There's nearly twice as many feet as there are people.
Almost.
That's proper weird. Where was that in LA?
This was British Columbia.
British Columbia. Interesting. Wow.
It's British Columbia from 2007 onwards.
I mean, really interesting, but I don't know where to put that information.
No, nor do I.
I just don't know what to do
But
with
have
it.
fun with it.
Thank you so much. I will try. Rad. I've labelled that one as foot shoe because I don't really know. Foot shoes, plural. Cool. Let me just write down the time.
It's Chico time.
Oh God, I hope not.
Always Chico time.
I have got for you the story of Dorothy Arnold.
Tell me, Liam. Tell me of Dorothy.
Here's the facts, yo. Here are the facts. New York, 1910. Fact. That's fact one. Bank it. Fact number one. We got one fact.
Put it in there.
25-year-old Dorothy Arnold. That's fact number two. Bank it.
25.
Socialite and heiress to a perfume fortune. It rhymes, and that's fact number three. I'm going to ditch the fact bit now. I did three of them.
I'm just getting water, so continue, please.
I will.
want to know more about Dorothy Arnold.
I did three of them.
From the place in the thing.
She's 25, and that was New York, 1910.
That's what I said.
In the morning of December 12th, Dorothy left the Manhattan family home, telling her mother she was looking for an evening gown. There was a party, so she needed new clothes. She was heading downtown. She had about $30 on her, which I did the maths. I did some Googling. That is more than $750 in modern money, about 550 pounds, or 86,000 yen. Dorothy stops at a grocery store and then a bookstore. Presumably the police spoke to people and found this out. And then she runs into a friend, Gladys King. Gladys was also going to this party, so I guess they talked about clothes for a bit. That's a joke about class, by the way, not gender. Dorothy leaves. She tells her friend that she's meeting her mother for lunch. Gladys was the last person to talk to Dorothy that we know of. Spooky music. Dorothy did not come home that night, so the next morning the family started to worry. They weren't big worriers, so they were like, she should be here, but she's not. Meh. They started worrying the next day. And they began contacting private investigators, which is funny that they didn't even go to the police, because I guess they just had infinite money from all that perfume.
I mean, let's be honest, some of the things we've learned about the police just doing this, they weren't that great back then.
Yeah, no, not in the very early 1900s. The private investigators checked hospitals, morgues, and they spoke to Dorothy's friends. They also had associates in Europe who checked boats disembarking for America. No Dorothy. Eventually, just before Christmas, the family went to the police and also had no luck. So in late January, they went public. They were kind of a rich, well-known family, so people sort of did care. It would be like a Kardashian going missing or something, I guess. Dorothy's parents just very quickly came to terms with the fact that she was probably dead. So in April, that same year, so 6 months later, they wrote her out of the will. In 6 months.
That doesn't sound suspicious.
Yeah, it doesn't at all, does it? They were just like, no, dead. She dead.
Going to have a sip of mystery rum and see if I can't figure this one out.
How is it?
Oh, it was better than the witch's gin, but then it just happens again. You can breathe it in. Go on.
You got a lot of face. You got so much face.
I'm no clearer with this mystery.
Oh, that's a shame. So six months later, the family are just like, she dead. Let's make sure that the ghost doesn't get any money, I guess. And then February of 1911, so a year and 2 months after she disappeared, the father received a postcard sent from New York, and it said, "I am safe," and it was signed by Dorothy. Mr. Arnold insisted it was fake. I guess he didn't want to rewrite his will. But he just, for whatever reason, he was like, nah, that is not my daughter, because it can't be, because she's dead. So that concludes the facts. Those are all the things we know for sure.
There were at least 5 of them.
I stopped counting, but probably. Theory number 1 is that she disappeared to Europe under a different name. There were a bunch of flyers for cruise ships in her room. And they contacted the cruise ship companies, and they said, well, no one booked under that name. So if she did go to Europe, she used a different name. If she did run away, she would have left all of her valuables behind. Sentimental stuff, jewellery, money. $30 was a lot of money, but not enough to start a life with, especially when you have access to perfume money. Right? If you're going to disappear, you make up a proper lie and get money and then leave, because people didn't check stuff back then. You could just run away with actual money. So maybe she did run away, but like, I don't know. I don't really buy it. Theory number 2 is a runaway secret marriage dealio. There was a chap called George Griscom Jr. He was about 15, 20 years older than Dorothy. Dorothy liked him, but her parents did not like him, which is how it goes sometimes. They met up a few times in person, and they met up once a couple months before her disappearance. So that's a solid theory. That's a solid lead there.
I mean, I'm sure they saw other people.
Yeah, maybe. But George was on a family holiday when Dorothy went missing. So if she did run away, they didn't run away together. And George hired his own private investigator to investigate her disappearance as well. Which, if it's a decoy, it's a genius decoy. I don't know if anyone was that smart back in the early 1900s. I don't know. There's a further theory, the murder theory. In 1916, there was a dude called Edward Glenn Norris who was serving.
Sounds like a wrong'un.
He sounds like a wrong'un. Well, he was. He was serving time in Rhode Island State Prison for attempting to extort a clergyman. If you do it, if you extort a clergyman, it's not a crime. But if you try to and fail,
painful.
Yeah. Somehow, while he's in prison, he sees God and decides to come clean to the warden about his involvement in what he believed to be the Dorothy Arnold case. He says that in 1910, he was asked to help 2 chaps called Benoit and Little Louis move an unconscious woman. The only thing Glenn Norris enjoyed more than extorting clergymen was not asking obvious questions, so of course he helped out. A day later, he was told that the woman had died. Yeah, thank you. That got more of a laugh than the industrial alcohol.
Yeah, I think because with the alcohol, I was like, someone's going to try and drink some. So when you said, oh, they were drinking it, yeah, it's not surprising. But
No, I didn't say they were drinking it.
I need you to help. Yeah, but the implication.
No, the implication was that they were pouring it over the printing press. Because it was industrial alcohol.
Oh, I thought you were saying that the printing industry needed a lot of alcohol because, you know,
No.
journalists and creatives.
No, I was saying they were pouring it over a machine because it was industrial alcohol.
Why would they pour it over the machine?
Because it's a fucking joke, Ben. It
Well,
didn't
it doesn't
really.
make sense, Liam. Think about these things. Jokes
No.
should not just be funny; they should be fake.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. One of these days.
incorrect.
I'm going to accidentally
No,
kill you.
damn it.
That's how you're going to die, I've decided.
And then you
Benoit
will
and Little
ask
Louis.
Sai to help move my unconscious body, and he will ask no questions. Ha ha, funny, funny.
Yeah, we're going to make all kinds of jokes when you're dead. It's going to be great.
I miss being in the same room as you.
Yeah, I know.
That sounded almost as if it was attempting to be threatening. I just had an overwhelming urge to give you a cuddle.
Yeah, I know. It's hard, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
tough to
Oh,
be a
yeah.
man. A day later, so this woman's dead. Just to bring the mood down.
Yeah, it's tough to be a man. Anyway, this woman's
This
dead.
woman totally died. It's not hard to be a woman. You just die. You get moved. You get knocked unconscious. You get moved. You die. Like circle of life, innit? They moved this unconscious woman, and a day later she just sort of dies. So he was paid to then bury her, to like get in this house, chip a big hole in the concrete floor in the basement, and then just fucking bury this woman. And they were paid by a wealthy-looking man. Police inspected the house that Glenn Norris described, and while there was evidence of broken concrete on the basement, there was no corpse and no evidence of human remains. So, probably didn't happen. The other theory that I was talking to Laura about this, and she quite rightly mentioned that back in the early 1910s, if you wanted to get an abortion because there was no sex ed, people just sort of got pregnant, and we don't really know how, because they didn't know what they were doing. I mean, I know how.
I bet it was not enough church.
It was probably not enough church, not enough fear of God in you.
Strict and aggressive religion.
Yeah, that's what you need.
the way to do it.
It's Catholicism, that's what keeps you pure. So, it was really hard to get an abortion, but really easy to get pregnant. So, the wealthy people would quite often go to like a dodgy doctor abortion dealio, and you probably would die. Like, odds are...
Like Texas.
Which is technically an abortion, because that baby would not get born, so... Just kind of a long-winded way of achieving that. So it's entirely possible that when she met up with this... What was his name? George Griscom. When she met up with George Griscom Jr., it's entirely possible that they totally knobbed, and then she got pregnant, and then she died when they tried to get rid of the baby. So that's possibly the most likely thing, especially because her parents were so quick to go, she dead. Let's get her out the will. And then how was the father so sure when he got a letter saying I'm safe? Being like, no, that's a forgery because I killed her. I mean, nothing.
I mean, she doesn't know what a postcard is.
She has no hands because she's dead. No, that's worse. Yeah, so I think that's the most likely thing, is that her family were not complicit in her death, but they tried to get that little thing aborted.
They killed her. They killed her dead.
Or they killed her dead for fun. We did agree to keep it light. I don't know if we
didn't
have.
do the John Wayne Gacy.
We didn't do the John Wayne Gacy stuff. It's all good. So that's the story of Dorothy
I know
Arnold.
This isn't technically a Halloween episode because the podcast is coming out after Halloween, but this is meant to be our spooky episode.
The podcast goes on Halloween Day.
Chills and things.
The podcast goes out on Halloween Day. It's just that most people are partying on Friday, Saturday this year.
Well, I was wrong in what I said, and what's scarier than fucking up in front of people? Not having an editor, I
What's
suppose.
scarier
Thanks,
than
Laura.
scarier than a white man sprouting non-truths?
A white man who's covered in Cheeto dust, and president of the Americas.
He wasn't president of the Americas, though, was he?
Yeah, he was.
He was president of the United States of America. The Americas, the Americas
Oh, shit,
includes
yes,
Canada, Mexico, Brazil.
South America has
Yeah.
got more countries than. See, it's.
It's hard being
you're
dumb.
So silly.
Yeah. No, the Americas is the
trying
whole.
to-
It's the whole
doing-
left-hand side
trying
of the
to take
world.
lot. Yeah, but it's not all America, is it?
Yes. It is all America. Canada, Alaska, the States, Mexico,
Alaska is a
Argentina.
state.
I don't care. Yeah, it's in America. That whole left-hand
So
side of the world is
America-
America. I can't
so-
believe
so
we're on
the
this again.
So the United States of America could
Yes.
amalgamate Canada and say that is the state, the biggest state. And then that's all the United States of America.
No,
Why not?
because I'm not 100% sure what you're asking. Because that would...
So
the
Canada
Americas...
could join in with the USA.
Yeah.
So there would be 51 states.
Yes.
And Canada would just be the massive big one.
If Canada became a state of America, then America would be bigger, if that's what you're asking. But North America would still not then be 100% the United States, because Mexico is also North America.
Continent is the America.
No, because the continent is the Americas, which includes Brazil and South America.
I said as. Look, this is Brazil and
Yeah,
South America. This
but
is Canada
that
and
would
the
not
top,
be
the rest of the top.
it would not be United States, because if the United States took over
Yeah,
everything
that's what I'm
south
saying.
of it,
The Americas
Yeah.
is the continent,
yes,
and then they are divided, and in the middle there is the United States of America.
correct.
Just to be clear,
Is it clear?
my American citizenship
Which
application is going splendidly well.
I mean, you're applying to like 30 plus countries, so I'm not surprised.
Apparently, and it's all in America.
It doesn't matter. Just turn up. Oh, I'm on the wrong bit of the globe.
I'm here.
I'm on the other
This is
side.
America. Did you not know that this was America? Sounds like you need me here.
And the Brazilians will just look at you going, "This fucking, who's this guy? Who's this fucking clown?" Ben, do you have a game?
I do have a game, Liam. Thank you so much for asking.
Just want to get off the
Would you
Americas.
I mean, Fisticuffs isn't here, so we're going to have to go with the name that I came up with.
Yes, that's fine. What's your game?
I mean, I've not got a name. I'll be honest.
Oh, okay. What's it about? We'll workshop it.
What we've got, I wrote down serial killer do's and don'ts.
Oh, okay, that'll do. Yeah.
So what I've got here is I've got 4 serial killers.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 3 facts about them.
Okay.
One of them is utter nonsense.
Okay.
And it's your go, it's your game,
Yeah.
it's your place
Job.
to figure out which is nonsense.
So you've got 4 instances of serial killers, 3 things, one of which is false for each. So I've got to work out the falsehood for each.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I'm down. I'm down to clown.
I'm
Turn
gonna
that
call
frown
this
upside
game
down.
Serial killer or just plain filler? Some of them ate people.
Yep. Keep it light. Keep it bubbly. Keep it fresh.
Couldn't think of a tagline, so.
No.
Right. Are you ready to play?
I'm so ready, man. Gimme.
You thrilled? You excited?
Yes, actually.
Cool. Jeffrey Dahmer,
Keep it light.
known across America, of course.
Wait, which bit of America?
Shut up. For the pranks that he used to play at school.
Okay.
You wouldn't be worried about anything else, would you?
No.
It's just a fun little prankster.
Mm.
Good old Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
He used to do 2 of these 3 things. He would, whilst at school, flood toilets. He could baa like a sheep during class. And occasionally, fake epileptic fits.
Okay.
Which one do you think that he didn't do?
So the flooding of toilets thing is quite a common thing that you see in I think a lot of especially Hollywood style films as a prank you do when you're a kid. That's sort of a mainstay. Barring like a sheep is a bit weird, but not out of the realms of possibility. The epileptic fit thing sounds a little familiar. Because I do listen to my true crime podcasts.
I thought you were going to say, because I do suffer from epilepsy.
I do like to emulate my my heroes / serial killers. I think I get the impression that like serial killers tend to have a thing about attention, and being people that do stuff and being the centre of attention. So I wonder if like faking epileptic fits would be the way to do that. I also wonder what if he was actually epileptic, and this could be a cunning Ben style ruse, where a little Ben ruse, a Ben flavoured ruse.
Little Pierson trickery.
You can get them sour cream and chive, spicy hot, or Ben flavoured ruse. I'm really hungry for crisps.
That was on Bake Off last night, the Ben flavoured ruse.
Ben flavoured ruse.
Yeah.
Soggy bottoms all round.
You're lucky.
Because of the cum. Keep it light. Fuck. I wonder if he was actually epileptic as a kid. I'm gonna say that the flooding the toilets thing is the fake thing. I definitely have the munchies. I'm gonna say it's the toilet flooding thing, because I think that that's something that is quite believable if you're gonna make up pranks that someone did in a school. You'd go, oh yeah, that's believable, we've seen that in films. So I'm going the toilet flooding is the thing that did not happen.
You're correct, Liam. You know your serial killer from your filler. He did not flood toilets. I put that in as a silly little thing.
Silly little
thing.
He
did fake epileptic fits.
Okay.
He barred like a sheep. He also broke into the headmaster's office and played classical music over the intercom, inspiring that scene from The Shawshank Redemption.
Okay, fun.
That's not true. I wrote it and I thought that it was really funny and wanted to use it.
Good for you, I totally believe that.
Yeah. I know. It would have been good though, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Ted Bundy.
Oh yeah, Mr. Bun Bun.
Everybody's cheeky, chappy, favourite handsome boy.
Yeah. He was handsome.
Did you know that Ted Bundy,
Uh-huh.
along with his faults, was a little bit of a hero?
Of?
Which of these things did old TB not do?
Okay.
Did he save a drowning child?
Uh-huh.
Did he stop a house fire?
Uh-huh.
Did he return a woman's purse after she was accosted by a thief?
Oh.
He did 2 of those things. One thing he did not do.
Because Bundy was quite charismatic, wasn't he? He was the one. He represented himself in court, and the judge said something like he went out of his way to say he did a really good job defending himself, and it was a pleasure to.
It was real weird.
Yeah, he was just unnecessary. Just handsome man powers all over the place. Just using that. They say white privilege isn't a thing. I think he was very sort of charming outwardly, because I think he knew that was the kind of character that he could play, and he could get away with a lot. Well, he did get away with a lot of stuff for a long time, based on his level of charm. But I don't know if it's the sort of thing where like he would actually be a good person. Probably a good person. So that middle one was saving someone from a burning house.
Saving drowning child.
Yeah.
Stopping a house fire.
Right.
And returning the purse of a woman who had been accosted by a thief. I mean, he did 2 of these things.
Yeah. I mean, they're all quite high effort, if I'm honest.
It's not like putting a couple of quid in the charity tin.
No. And making eye contact with the cashier while you do it, so they know.
Me, I put the money in.
Spicy Chai Bunny is telling me to go for the purse one, and because because I'm not sure, that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, we've got some drama because that's not right. He did do that.
I'm gonna block Spicy Chai Bunny. I'm not. I'm not. I'm just gonna threaten
Here's
to
your
and
punishment for being wrong.
no emojis for you. Oh damn. Okay.
Child. He helped the woman get. He returned the purse after a woman was robbed. He did not stop
Didn't
a
need a house fire. Okay.
That I made up. Yeah, he did horrible things. He did do those things.
Yeah.
He also started the charity Bundy's Bunnies.
Is it still running?
It's not real.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bundy's Bunnies, the service animal charity.
I don't know. Well, like guide rabbits.
Christ, I'm like the information I'm giving about these horrible people at the end, predominantly falsified.
I will bear that in mind and definitely forget for the next one.
Ed Kember.
Oh yeah.
I've got. You just got a little note next to it in brackets. Weird. He was weird.
Huh.
Ed Kember did. Two of these things are true. One of them, no. When Ed Kember turned himself in, rang the police, told what he'd done, and then he stood in the phone box that he'd called the police from and waited to be arrested.
Okay.
He shares a name with a DC villain.
Ed.
And he read Star Wars to the blind.
Okay.
So, turned himself in.
Oh, those were the
chilled
things.
Out. Those were the things.
Oh, right.
Turned himself in and chilled out in a phone booth for a while.
Yeah.
Read Star Wars to the blind.
Yeah.
Or shares a name with a villain from Detective Comics.
So, Ed Kempner, was it?
Ed Kember. I will
Kember.
say that the name could be shared. Could be a nickname that he has.
Okay. So it's not actually his. So it's not the name Ed Kemper. So there isn't
I
like
don't think
Ed Kemper
that there is
magazine.
Ed Kember in DC Comics.
Right. Yeah. No. That's the thing I wanted to check.
But
okay.
that one could be nonsense.
So he maybe he might have had a nickname that's shared with DC Comics. Implicitly, then could he have had a nickname from DC Comics? Like, could he have asked his mates to call him the Joker, like an absolute bellend? So there's that one. There's calling the police and standing in the phone box until he was arrested.
Chilling out in the phone box.
I mean, that's not like that's not unbelievable because, like, well, you're going to be arrested. Like, shall I meet them halfway? Do I walk to the police office? To the police station?
Same as
Like,
ringing it, they can come here.
I mean,
They can do their job.
Yeah.
Get your ass over here, you rascally police.
Or he read Star Wars to the blind.
Or he read Star Wars to blind people.
I don't know if you'd... What year was this?
80s?
In the 80s. So the Star... Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, that was a stupid question because the Star Wars films came before, like, anything else.
I would say no earlier than the first Star Wars movie.
Agreed. So if you were blind, could you not just go see the movie? Right? So that's the one I'm going for. And for what... Even though Spicy Chai Bunny agrees, I'm going to stick with that one in spite of
You're
that.
going to stick with what you think that Ed Kember
Did
reading
not.
Star Wars to the blind did not happen.
Yes.
You've got to stop listening to Spicy Chai Bunny.
God damn it.
He did.
Oh.
He read hundreds of books on audio tape
He read
for
them
blind people. He read them.
Oh, so he recorded the audio tapes.
They were recorded, the audio
Right.
tapes, for blind people to listen
Ah.
to. He does not share a name with a DC villain.
Okay, it's something else, isn't it?
However,
Uh,
he was known as the Mad Titan, as was Thanos from the Avengers.
it's one of them little Pierson brand.
It was a
twists.
little twisty.
Little rascally man.
Because I thought if I'd say he shares a name with Thanos from the Avengers, you were probably just going to say that that was bollocks.
Yeah.
And I wanted a bit more game element to the game.
Yeah.
He also modelled his moustache so he could look like the Colonel from KFC.
Sounds like a dick.
He didn't do that. That's bollocks. I don't think he
Oh,
did
for
that.
fuck! I
Right?
forgot! I forgot again! I told you I would.
Oh, no.
You'll be telling me he killed people next.
You silly bollocks. We have one more.
Jolly
you can't
good.
win, but you could draw.
Oh, wonderful.
Charles Manson.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Gonna tell you three things? Say it's the same formula. I don't have to explain it to you, do I?
No, I think I got it by now.
Charles Manson wanted to be a musician, like the Beatles.
Yeah.
He believed that clouds rained when they were sad.
Right.
His mother once traded him for beer.
Okay.
Sorry, a pitcher of beer.
A pitcher
Not
of
like
beer.
a click picture.
Yes, you can't drink
a
that.
jug pitcher.
Can't drink an emoji. So he wanted to make music like the Beatles. He thought that clouds were crying, and his mother traded him for a pitcher of beer. I'm pretty up to date on my Manson facts. He did absolutely want to be a musician. He hung out with the drummer from the Beach Boys, and he had like a recording. He like stole opportunities for record companies and stuff. Like he used to hang out in studios. He recorded some stuff. There is Charlie Manson music available. It's objectively music. So he did. So I want to sort of dig into your meaning a little bit there, because he did want to be the Beatles for a bit, but then he sort of turned against the Beatles a little bit. So like I kind of want to know how specific your meaning is there in regard to that first one. So like
I can repeat it.
Yeah, go on. That'll do.
He wanted to be a musician like the Beatles.
Are you saying he wanted to be a musician? Here's an example of the musician, the Beatles. Or he wanted to be a musician in the same vein as the Beatles?
I will rephrase. He liked the Beatles.
Okay.
And wanted to be a musician because of suchness.
Yeah, okay, yes, so no, he did. That's basically true. He started out wanting to be the Beatles, and then eventually decided to not like the Beatles, and that's where Helter Skelter comes from. He wanted to he wanted to kick off a class war, and he thought that misspelled Beatles lyrics was the way to do that. Class war, excuse me, a race war, slightly different. So then he thought that clouds... He was full of dumb hippie faux bullshit. Dumb faux hippie bullshit. Like clouds crying and stuff. And like if you hear him talk, it's just absolute madness. I believe that his mother did trade him for stuff. But I'm going to say this is another classic Ben Pierson ruse. His mother traded him for heroin or something instead, or like a can of beer or something that is not quite the same as a pitcher of beer. That's what I'm going for.
That's what you're going for?
Yeah.
Should have listened to Chai Bunny on this one.
God damn it.
He didn't think that clouds were sad.
Oh no. What do you think they were doing?
It's probably rain.
Something else. Just rain. He didn't have any thoughts on rain. He said a lot of stuff. You can never know for sure.
That's true. I mean, he was a big fan of the Beatles.
Yes.
That led him to learn to play guitar in prison and stuff like that. His mum did trade him for a pitcher of beer.
Yeah.
In my brain, it looks very much like The Simpsons.
Yes. Yeah.
Just like onto the bar, behind the counter, into the till.
There you go.
Trading.
Shove him in there. Oh, wonderful. I didn't win. I didn't win.
Fact, if you take the swastika that he's got tattooed on his forehead, you stretch it out, put it on his head, get rid of the hair. He was actually the archetype for Charlie Brown in the Peanuts comics.
I'm going to say false.
There you are. Do you remember the formula about how the last thing I say is always a joke about them?
Yes. I do
Cool.
now. Now it's over, I
Will
do.
give people money if they can bring me proof that that's actually true. And
nope.
Charlie Brown was based on Manson.
Incredible.
Oh,
I think
Liam,
Charlie
you
Brown...
suck.
I think Peanuts predates Manson. I'm not sure.
Oh, I didn't research that bit.
No, why would you? Yeah, I do
1
suck.
out of 4.
That's all right. I mean, I was never
Turns
gonna.
out
I was never
didn't
gonna
have
win.
to panic about not being able to do that roundabout Jack the Ripper.
Excellent.
The only thing I had was might have been a lady.
Yeah, Jacqueline the Ripper. What about that?
And French.
Yes, Jacqueline de Ripier.
Je m'appelle Jacqueline Le Ripper. I apologise for my terrible French and woman impersonation.
That was a French woman.
No, yes, in the room with us.
Jesus, send her away. Shall we do good news and plug?
I think we should do good news and a plug.
I'm going to see if the button works.
Good news, everyone!
That's a good button. Well done, button. You did your thing. I should probably replace that at some point with something that I made rather than something I stole. I'm just gonna really quickly plug the mixtape again. That's my good news.
Oh shit, yeah.
Because it's great and I'm really proud of it. I'm just gonna shove a link in the chat. If you are on Spotify, in fact, whatever music platform you use, Deezer, Amazon, Apple Music, they're all fine. There is the Conversation Hat mixtape up, and it's available to listen for. If you do a little search for the Conversation Hat, then mixtape volume 1 will appear. It's a cartoon of me and Ben being chased down the street. It's on screen right now, which is super helpful. Me and Ben being chased down the street by the Hat. I'm really happy with what we've done there. What would be super, super, super cool is if you listen to it, if you like it, which you probably will because it's awesome. Tell a friend. Tell a heckin' friend. Yeah?
Share it.
Share it around.
Tell an enemy.
Whatever
Tell a stranger.
platform you use, what would be incredibly helpful is if you stuck it in some playlists. So just stick it on your daily rotation, add it to a playlist when you go for a jog, when you go for a drive, when you just sit there and get stoned out your mind, like whatever. Me singing about how weird hands are is going to be really helpful the next time you're high. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it'd be good drunk music. I think it would freak people out. That's my good news. Thank you for listening. I know quite a lot of you have already, so I'm really appreciative about that. There is not physical media available, but if you want to do what Disappointed Dragon do and post me a cassette, I will burn it onto cassette with you. I'm probably going to improvise a short story on the B-side as well, for fun.
Big old shout out to Disappointed Dragon for doing that.
Yeah, man.
I don't know what import tax is like from Canada, but as we know, that's part of America somewhere.
Somewhere. It's the
I think
most
near the
northern state.
Yeah.
Excellent. Ben, do you have good news?
Man builds Halloween pirate ship in his garden.
Incredible.
9 foot wide, 30 foot long. Made it out of scrap wooden pallets. He did it for Halloween. He's now dressed as a
Wow.
pirate, having a whale of a time.
Because that's nautical also.
That's
Incredible.
nautical. I wonder if he's getting drunk on industrial alcohol or just pouring it onto his printer like some kind of bellend.
Printing press. Printing press. Different
like
joke.
newspapers.
Yes, Ben, like newspaper. Doesn't matter.
That's how
Don't
you
care.
print press.
Why is he doing this?
Who cares?
Fine.
He
Agreed.
said we have to keep the good news short now.
No, I said to keep
so
the...
I found something I liked. That one.
I mean, I said keep the plug short, but I guess also the good news. My plug... this is the ideal length for the new plug, by the way, Ben. Inside Job. It's an adult cartoon. It's on Netflix. It's really cool. It's the same dudes that did Gravity Falls, so if you like Gravity Falls, you'll probably like this. It's about spies. It's sweary. It's weird, and I like it a lot. Inside Job. Your turn.
Sweet Home's quite good.
Oh yeah.
Korean horror, like zombies, but instead people turn into monsters. It's different from things that you've seen. It's got some very similar tropes. It's interesting. It's quite fun. 10 episodes, about 45 minutes each.
Where'd you watch it?
On Netflix.
Netflix.
Oh, also, I don't know if Midnight Mass. I don't know if I said that last time. If I did, I'm saying it again. Midnight Mass.
Midnight Mass.
Spooky priest on an island. Very good. Netflix.
That was concise. Good job.
Thank
you so much for hanging out, wonderful people. Let me just do the spiel at the very end. Ben,
Sorry,
where
I should have said evil.
Ben, where are you online? Where can people find
I'm
you?
right here, baby.
Bloody hell.
Spike Pierson on Instagram. You can see pictures of me and things around me. That's what Instagram is.
That
you can
is.
also go to YouTube and watch all the Conversation Hat videos and stuff on there, which includes several videos of for the song Hands.
Yes.
From Mixtape 1.
There's, I think, 7 videos now. Hands are weird.
I like the green one.
The green one's a good one. They're all my favourite. Thank you for the salt, Captain Buddy 7. I am at LT Guitarist on all the things. I spend most of my time on Twitter for some reason. I do Twitch live streams as well because I'm mad. Conversation Hat is at Convo Hat Podcast on mostly Instagram and Twitter. We do these live streams once a month. I also do a gaming stream once a month.
So you don't have to.
So you don't have to. Podcasts are released every 2 weeks. One of them is a podcast episode of this live stream, and one of them is not. We have a Discord, which is a very cool place to hang out. It's a community for geeks, artists, and terrible people. So if you make stuff, or if you're a big old nerd, or if you're just the worst, we would love to hear from you. Come hang out. It's a really cool place to be, and it's not like having a conversation on Twitter where the world is paying attention. Ben is now drinking Wizard Key, which is hard to say, especially if you've had 2 of them already.
Wizard Key.
And finally, it's thanks to our Patreon supporters that we can do cool stuff like live streams, and we can have cool guests on the show. And they've helped us develop the show over the years. Ben has a face of pain.
Oh, that one wasn't as bad as the others. Oh, I've got a bit of a chills going. I've got chills going down my spine.
It must be Halloween.
Huh. So if you like this show, it'd mean a lot if you wanted to give us a little bit of money. Just $1 a month will get you early access to shows a week early, and exclusive single question mini episode every single week. What I would love you guys to do, as I set up a little raid here, I would love it if a little raid. If you've been listening to the show and presumably enjoying it, because why else would you be here? It'd be incredible if you gave us a little positive rating on whatever podcast app you use, Spotify, Apple, whatever. Just give us a little review. Tell us what you like about the show. What's good about that is you tell us what you like, and we will do more of it, because ultimately we're here to entertain you. That's sort of the whole deal. So tell us what you like, and we'll keep doing it. Yeah? All right then. I'm going to press this raid button. We're going to go raid questing time. I'm not up to date on questing time, so I'm going to mute it because I need to catch up. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. As that,
we love you, pod babies. We love you even more if you're doing listening to the live stream.
Very much.
I think you've already pressed the raid button.
I have, but we're still recording and we're still live on YouTube and Twitter, so I think we can probably wrap up now.
Pretty sure we said fuck YouTube earlier, so yeah, let's wrap up.
Cool.
I'm listening to. Oh no.
Let's press stop on the thing and then stop the live stream. Thank you very much, YouTube. We'll see you later. Cheers and bye. Hands. You've got hands. I've definitely got hands, but hands are weird. They got that bit. They got that bit sort of bends. I mean, they all bend in like 1 or 2 ways each, and that's hugely upsetting. This one only bends. Well, that one bends in 2 ways. These bend in 3 ways because they got the one of them, and then they got all the lines and stuff. And I think my thumb should do that. it hurts when I. Ow, yeah. And the nails, they're not actually made of nail, are they? Otherwise they'd be grey. Hands are weird. Hands are really weird. Maybe it's just mine. I think it's all hands.
Where do all the bad colours go when they break the law? They get sent to